6. This is lesson 4. How did you do on the pop quiz? We are discussing today binomial random variable conditions, and this is day 2 of binomial random variables. All right, so how will you do on the pop quiz? If you were absent, I would like you to go ahead and take the pop quiz. Okay, it's just a silly pop quiz, and there's no questions. So I'm going to go ahead and put this video on pause. Go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we can 10 seconds. Okay, answer these questions. All right, done. All right, so obviously you had no idea what the answers are because there were no questions, and it was just basically you had to guess what the answers are. So you're going to grade yourself. Here are the answers: B, D, D, A, and C. So go ahead and put how many you got correct. And then I want you to see, is this a binomial random variable? Is this a binomial setting? We're going to use SPIT. First of all, success, failure. Could I get it right or wrong? Yes. Probability the same? Yes. I have a 1/4 probability of getting any of them correct, of just one correct. Each is independent because one answer does not affect the next, and I have a set number of trials, which is 5. You're going to calculate the binomial probability of getting exactly one correct using this formula here that we talked about yesterday. So remember, the first one is talking about the number of ways. So how many trials? 5. How many successes? This says 1. So I'm looking for 5, choose 1. Then what's the probability of getting one correct? 25%. That 25% is always remember, just like when we did the free throws yesterday or in the last lesson, it did not change. So that's going to be 25% raised to the 1 power because I got one of them right, and 75%, so I got 4 of them wrong, any 4 of them wrong. And that's 75% probability that I get any 4 of those wrong. And that's going to be 0.396. All right, and so the calculated probability for 2, how are you going to do that? So 2. And so what changes is 5 choose 2, 25% to the 2, and 75% to the 3. And those are going to go in my chart. Okay, would you please do the same thing for 0, 3, 4, and 5? So 5 choose 0, 5 choose 3, 5 choose 4, and 5 choose 5. Put this video on pause and go ahead and try it yourself. And this is what you're going to get. All right, so I'm going to show you a shortcut now of how to do this. So go to your calculator and go to Menu, Statistics, Distribution, and we're going to scroll down to letter A, which is Binomial PDF. So you're going to go to 5 trials, 25% success, and then you're going to leave the rest blank. So do you recognize those numbers, 0.237, 0.396? If you notice, they're the same numbers that I have here. So it lists all from 0 to 5. Now we're going to do it one more time. Menu, probability, distribution, or statistics distribution, doesn't matter. And we're going to go to Binomial PDF again, letter A. And I'm going to just show you what the difference is if I fill in X. So I have 5 trials, 25%, and let's fill in X as 2. So meaning, what's the probability I just get 2? And if you notice, that's 0.236 or 263 and 264, is the probability that this one here, 0.264, will occur. So that's kind of handy. We can do that also on a spreadsheet. So please open a spreadsheet. And you're going to put on this one, of course, I'm going to put, I have to get my list. Okay. I'm just going to put, I'm going to call this A. And then I have my list, and my list, let's see, go down here. And so my list is 0 to 5. So I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then I'll just make this one B. And then I'm just going to go down 1 spot. Hit an equal sign, because what that means is I'm about to put a formula in. We're going to do the same thing you just did on your calculator. Menu, statistic, distribution. You're going to scroll down to Binomial PDF. You're going to put 5 trials, probability of success 0.25, and you're going to leave X blank, hit OK, and then hit return. And there you go. There's the same thing that I just had on my calculator, except now it's a little bit easier to read. But the reason I'm doing that is because then I'm going to add a data statistics, so new doc. So Control Doc. And I'm going to go, this is my A. And don't push it up here. Remember, you have to get Menu, Plot Properties, number 9, which is Add Y Summary List, and that's my B. And there's your histogram. Of course, you could do it, or you could just simply look at 237 and go, oh, that's a little less than 25%. Anyway, you can graph it by hand. You don't have to do it on the calculator. The shape is definitely skewed to the right. And I showed you how to do Binomial PDF menu 65A of how to do this the way I just showed you. And then let's go ahead and your notes today. Just that remind you the condition for binomial setting and the binomial formula is what I taught you yesterday and how to do the histogram. If you want to know how to do the histogram the way I did the histogram, either by hand or you can do it the way that I just did it on my video. Okay, the first one says, is this a binomial random variable? You're going to do spit. I understand that my spit is out of order because this publisher does a different thing. They have bins is what they do. You can do either one, doesn't matter. But spit, success, failure, yes, on time or late. P is probability the same. P equals 90%. I is independent. Yes, one day of being on time doesn't affect another day. And finally, T, N is equal to 6 because it asks you specifically on 6 days. Finding the probability that exactly 6 days, 4 days is that they're on time. So that's going to be where X is a binomial random variable, where N is 6 and P is 0.9 and X is 4. So here's my formula written out. 6 choose 4, 90% means on time 4 days, late 2 days. And that is going to be 0.0984. And if I made a histogram, I'm going to here's my histogram. And remember, go ahead and the way that I just showed you on the previous example, if you would like to either make a histogram on the calculator, or you could just go ahead and do the histogram by hand. Of course, I would do the binomial PDF to be able to see what the values were first, though. Okay, I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.